We want to serve you with another video talking about something in relation to our wedding. After our wedding, people wrote us, particularly Barbie, questioning her about inspirations, how we did it, how long did it take us to plan a wedding, like a whole lot of questions. Some of them even called her in person, text messages and stuff, not on the channel in particular, but we would like to also advise people on our wedding planning, wedding, how to go about stuff. So for the young ones coming up, you can learn something from it. Yeah. So you want to say anything else, baby?
No, you said it all.
All right. So on that note, we welcome you back to Fred and Barbie's channel. Your husband and wife, a couple for that matter. And in this video, we are talking about planning a wedding, or what, in our opinion, went into planning our wedding.
Exactly.
Right, so
and the things you have to look into plan the wedding. We will just give you some tips.
Yep.
Which helped us. Yeah.
All right. So when I started coming up with the issue of marriage between myself and my fiancée at the time, now my wife, she was on the fact that she wants a wedding planner because she wants to relax on her wedding day, and that was an excellent thing you could ever do if you have the money, the resources to get a wedding planner. Not to say wedding planners are expensive, but it depends what you want. If what you want will give them more stress, they will also have to employ other people to coordinate with, so they all have to settle all of them. So
before we went in for the wedding planner, I think during the dating, when we spoke about wedding, if you could remember, in the beginning of the relationship, I used to say that in the next future, even though I was never ready to get married, or I was always saying that I'll get married with 30. Here I am, 26, married.
Oh, you were 26? I didn't know.
Come on, baby. Yeah, anyways, I remember repeating it or saying that in case we get married, or in the near future when we get married, I really wanted to have a wedding planner. So you put it into consideration, right? And then yeah, we started with that one.
Yep, so we got a wedding planner. We
just didn't get the wedding planner. First we did the research.
Yeah, I mean, we did decide on having a wedding plan. So
okay.
We got a wedding planner. We built our own inspirations, and then so these are the stuff that you have to actually build. So first I will advise that you have to create your inspiration, how you want it to go, and then you look for a planner, or if you want to do it yourself based on your effort, right? And then the other stuff will follow suit. So after doing these two, then you know what you will look out for when you are choosing your vendors, or people who will perform what duties at your big day, like the catering, the outfit, the decoration, and so on and so forth. We are not here to lecture you on how we plan a wedding, but there are basic stuff that we looked into to make our wedding so beautiful, as some of you actually saw on our channel. So these are the things that I will say for now, baby.
And moreover, you have to have a plan, because funny enough, I personally went into this planning, or a wedding planner, because I was thinking that when you have a wedding planner, he's going to do everything. Nope, he isn't. You have to bring in your inspiration. Actually we planned everything, just that they coordinate, right? So you have to bring in your inspiration, whatever you want. It's not a wedding planner who is going to draw a line for you and be like, that's how it's gonna be. Nope. Like, you will bring your inspiration. If you don't have inspiration, they will support you. That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
He will give you advice as in how it should be. Oh, I think this will look better. Oh, this will match here and there. That's what a wedding planner do. Not as in they plan everything for you. Nope, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, there's no way you will sit back as in my man is kind of like he go and buy the stuff for me or choose the stuff for me. You just, if you are really into not touching or going in for anything, you just want a planner to plan everything for you. Just present your plan or present your inspiration to them and then sit back.
Exactly.
We have some excellent wedding planners who would actually do it for you. And I know some planners who even ask about your favorite stuff, as in, are you an adventurous person? Do you love nature? Do you love, what are your favorite colors? Do you want to have your favorite colors on your wedding day? Just to help you to create your inspiration.
Yeah.
If you are not actually inspiration specific. So we had our favorite colors. We had our colors already. So we just had to have them bring everything into reality. But you have to be really on top of your vendors and then on your planning. Your planners, let them give you what you are in for. In our scenario, there was a little bit of I don't know, error in our deco. We put in a lot of effort to create the logo.
Especially you.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
I wanted to have the logo at the backdrop and also
on the
dance floor, but I don't know what happened, but
we went there.
On the day we entered, and then everything was
I just saw a simple GB
and then
on the floor. Like, the color matches our inspiration, but that wasn't what we wanted. We wanted the GB with the logo that's like or better says you.
Yeah,
created.
We wanted the logo with the dates.
And this anchor, like, guys, we will put the logo that we created on the screen so that you can see it. We wanted to have it on the floor and then with the GB.
And then
it was just backdrop. A GB.
Yeah, but
was there even a date?
There was no date.
It was just a GB.
Yeah,
like in the videos, guys, it looks perfect and nice, but that wasn't what we wanted.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it wasn't the fault of the wedding planner. I think it was the fault of the person who created it.
I mean, in Ghana, for instance, when you are doing events or programs, even with a wedding planner, 𝐸Z𝐬𝐬, wherever you are, big ups. He did an amazing job, but
great job.
The problem
were the vendors.
Not all of them, but wherever the glitch,
some of them,
the problem came from, were the fault of the vendors, not the planner himself.
Sorry,
he did a lot to make everything look as we wanted, but
because I remember on the wedding day, he was even calling them. Like,
stopping them
from not doing this, going there and do here. So, like, I personally could see that he puts in the effort and he really, like, wanted us to get what we
wanted. Yeah.
Exactly, because it is him that we planned the wedding with, not the vendors. You know, we don't know what he communicated with the vendors. But then, like, as I said, we came in, I was happy when I came in and when I saw everything. But, like,
later when we sat back,
it was like, but that's what we wanted. Like,
I mean, we did not say that. We just asking ourselves, but did you see the dance floor? Like, what was that? Did you see the backdrop? Like, the question was like, anyway.
So, guys, these are things that can go wrong while planning a wedding. So be sure that everything that you have planned, I don't know, maybe a day before, you go and check the place or whatever. I don't know, go with your wedding planner, or maybe, I don't know, some days before, go there to the place, see if they have set up and how everything looks like. We went there though, but I think as at that time, the dance floor was not made. That was the problem. So I think the dance floor, they did it a day before the wedding. And who would like to go outside or to check if everything is settled a day before the wedding? I wouldn't like that. I think that's why I took a wedding planner. Nope. I didn't want to stress myself. On that day, I was sitting back having my pedicure and my manicure, relaxing in the hotel room.
She really enjoyed.
I did nothing.
Yeah, she really enjoyed on the wedding day. Like, and then the wedding planner we went in for, she had kind of, I don't know, she had a person dedicated to her.
Oh yeah.
To calm
her down, to help me in case I need something, like, in case I forget something. That was just perfect. For me, it was perfect because I'm that kind of person. If something doesn't work according to how I want it, it's like I get frustrated
easily.
So easily, guys. I just get frustrated. So it's, for me, it was just perfect. Another thing that we will talk to you about is budget.
Budget is very important. So after building your inspiration, you have to, I mean, currently in Ghana, as at the time we are doing this video, 2022, it's hard to budget for stuff because dollar raise every day, prices shoots up and down. My
advice is, if it's not necessary, just do a traditional wedding or a small wedding. Simple.
There's nothing like small, baby.
Okay, there's nothing like a small wedding, but something that
you can afford.
Exactly. Something that you can afford, and it will not put pressure on you, right? Exactly.
Should there be an inflation, you can still go find your way out.
Thank you.
So we were ready to even do a 2-3 day event, but because we wanted to have a peace of mind, like,
and I didn't want to go through that 3 days stress or 2 days.
In there.
Today you are
but
done.
Tomorrow is another day.
No,
we just wanted to do everything one
day. Finish.
So from the morning, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., we did a traditional family sat down. Boom, boom, boom. Around 12, everything was done. The evening session was around 4 p.m.
Yeah. We had all the stress one day. To be honest,
we didn't feel the stress. No, because we had a wedding plan.
We didn't feel the stress, to be honest. Like, so, I was the happiest person on my wedding day.
Yeah, I can relate. I can relate. I wouldn't say it was my happiest day, but I was happy, and I felt fulfilled for giving her what she actually been talking about, wanted. Like, I felt like I've done a good job by making her happy, because she really, really wanted stuff on her wedding day, and everything was delivered. The cake she wanted, bringing her favorite personality on the wedding day, like the inspiration.
You did a great job.
And like, I mean, wedding is traditionally or basically known to be a thing for ladies, right? So I placed all my attention on what she wanted. So if I've seen our pictures and videos, it's not all about me, it's all about her. If you have seen the wedding gown, everything. So
I even remember one of the vendors, which was, I think, your designer, telling you, wedding is mostly about the lady. It's gonna be all about her.
And I knew that before he even said that. So I was just not into anything crazy about myself. Secondly, when we talk about your budget, there are a lot of beautiful weddings on the social media platforms. You can pick inspirations, this and that, but
don't go and copy anyone's own. Don't say
you can copy, but
no. If you copy, you don't know the money they invested in there.
That's where I'm coming. You can copy, but when you sit down to look into the budget,
you cannot make it.
You realize, you have almost half 1,000,000 Ghana cedis only for decoration.
You have to sell yourself to go to.
It's a lot. Like, it's a lot.
Take inspiration from other people's wedding, but don't be too focused to achieve what they
had.
Exactly, because we also took inspiration from other people, but like we
took something out. Exactly. We added our own.
Exactly. Create your own wedding and then do it the way you want to have it. Not as in say, this wedding was trending, I want to have it exactly like this. It's not gonna work, and there are other people and you are yourself. It will never be the same. Another one, talking about budgets. When you have your budget, always plan with a plus. Like, I don't know, maybe extra money, because like, even though you have a wedding planner, I don't know, maybe 1 week, 2 days, like things can happen. Always have this
money
like
set
extra
aside.
exactly, that's in case anything happens, I can use this money to do this or that. Not for the wedding planner, like for your own self, for you and your partner. Like things can happen on the wedding day or days before, changes can happen, and then like you can use the money for it so that it will not become extra stress again on you and your partner. Apart from that, list of mom bebalo.
Yeah, that has to do with your guest count.
Exactly.
So for guest count, in our part of the world, Ghana in particular, families were like, how can you do a wedding and say you only need 150 people, this and that, you end up having no one, it's not going to be possible, this and that, nobody has done this before, this
You're
and
the
that.
first person. Why do you want to do it this way? When it comes to the guest list, you just make sure that
you have the family.
You have the family. You invite people that you want to be there. Some people want to have their wedding big. Other people want to have their wedding small. Whatever the reason may be, make sure you do it in a way that you not have extra cost after the wedding.
After the wedding, yeah. So
simple.
The basic people you have to get, your families. I mean,
Some
if possible,
friends.
the immediate families.
Yeah.
Close friends of both sides, and that's it. Don't allow your auntie's friend, uncle's friend, your friend's friend, like those guests are actually, I mean, they think, oh, my time, I've wasted my time, I've spent my time to be at your wedding. But nope, your time, you could have used it to do something else. But you also have to think about that, the fact that you are bringing me stress.
Yeah.
Because if the food is not budgeted to the number of people that are anticipated, if the drinks, the water, it doesn't actually add up. At the end of the day, we the couple, or we the ones putting up our wedding, will look like we don't have enough money but want to have that wedding. No, you actually created the problem.
Exactly.
So it's very important that for you not to look bad or look like you are not ready for a wedding like that, set the record straight. Strictly by invitation, access card, this and that. Get a venue that is enclosed, like to make sure you actually monitor and regulate the number of guests.
Exactly. Yeah. That is something that's helped us, because the place that we rented, like there was a door.
There was
and a gate and a
before you go to the main event center.
Exactly. So when we said that okay, only people who are invited can come in, it was like that, because you cannot even enter into the room. Into the hall,
the compound, before you even go to the hall. Yeah.
So that is
before
something
the compound, there was securities, and before, if you manage to enter the compound, you all have access card. Your names are on there. You have to go through that. I mean, this is something very special or extreme for some people, but
that's the only thing that can help you not to.
Yeah, it all comes to the fact that you have to manage your guests. Very important.
Yeah.
Because if you don't manage your guests, your budget will go out of hand.
One thing that you also have to note is that apart from managing the guests, know that those people who are coming, they are coming because of you. So you have to take care of everyone. Apart from like the food and whatever, you have to see that they are all okay when they come, when they are going back, have they arrived home safely. I don't think that, I personally wouldn't be able to take care of 500 people or 1,000 people to check up on all of them. You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. Of course, we didn't do that, but we knew that the people who came were people who were invited and like our loved ones.
Yeah.
So super important. Think about that one while planning a wedding. What else, baby?
The next very important stuff that we have to talk about here is
Tantam
now we can. It's about outfits.
Oh yeah.
Outfits.
True.
Lately, some weddings come up with 2 traditional outfits, 3 traditional outfits.
Somewhere up to 5.
A white wedding, 2 traditional outfits. This and use the necessary ones. Which ones are very important to you? We did a traditional way, dressed up the traditional way. white wedding. We dressed up the white way of the church way of having the wedding.
And then the party.
And then the party, we wore something for party. We didn't change ourselves because we planned to change ourselves several times. I mean, with the wedding gown, the way her wedding gown was, she can't dance with it. So after that beautiful presentation of a bride, exchange of vows, she had to change herself to party mode. And I had to also feel relaxed for party. I just wore something t-shirt, like a long sleeve t-shirt, and then I just enjoyed. So
exactly, I wanted to add to it. You don't have to change yourself. If you are comfortable in your wedding gown.
I mean, there are some wedding gowns that have some zip or vacuoles at the waist, so you just have to take off the veil and then the tails, and then you get something very sexy for a dance floor stuff. And yeah, for we the men, it's not even complicated for changing of ourselves and stuff. Important here about what you want on your wedding day and involving friends, families to do those stuff for you on your wedding day. Like something major, like where your catering service. Oh, me madam food, oh, me cousin be, oh, me maybe this and that, oh, yeah, on the business, this and that. Like, we have, unless that friend, that family member holds an equal vending, equal catering business that he or she does for others, and you want to bring he or she to your wedding to execute that, but for the fact that the inspiration that you have, he or she hasn't even been there before, you want something for this kind of a deco, and the person has not even done this deco before, and you are bringing her. It's like, for he or she's gonna see like, it's a waste of money. Why are you doing that? And they'll give you that mediocre kind of budget and present anything. Like, you understand me? And I know a friend who does deco. Maybe that person only crosses 13s in a hall to the table of that person. Let's say 30,000 budget of deco. And then you want to have flowers here, balloons here, ribbons here. And the person will be like, oh, these are not necessary. And then it's going to be like, your inspiration has to be cut short or diverted, because to them it looks like. But if you go for an outside vendor, they know it's their job. You tell them, this is what I want. It's either they will advise you on the fact that if we add this and that, this is the cost.
Exactly.
And then you will decide.
Exactly.
Or they will ask you that, oh, this is nice. If we add this, it's going to be more nice, and then the cost will be the same.
Yeah.
But versus that, to a friend or a family, they'll be like, "Wait, it's just a waste of money. Bring it down."
And them,
make you feel like, for them
it's but for you,
they
think they are helping you,
but they are not actually. They are not helping you to achieve what you want.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that is one thing you have to be very careful about. So in our case, we decided not to involve them, not because they are not there yet or what, but to avoid all those stuff. Asking, oh, now me per se say then this and that. If you heard what I said, now me per se, they want it to be like that, but this is what I want. You understand?
What's reward?
And then with those people, once the event is over, your contract is over.
I would like to add to this one is that, guys, when you're doing things with your family, know that when something happens, or if you don't like something, mostly you can't confront the issue.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be a big issue, a family issue, or like it's something that you cannot solve again because that person is from the family and you don't want to put yourself into a situation that you cannot solve. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. But like, for you to avoid all this family drama and the fights and whatever that can come with with a family or a friend doing something for you, just go in for what you want.
An outside vendor, yeah.
It's the easiest way, guys. People will say, or other people will say, they are using you, they'll waste their money here and there. Even if they do, You have paid them. You will never ever have something to do with these people again.
And this is not to create any misunderstanding, but this video is on focusing on your day being the only and once in your lifetime day.
Exactly.
It's not coming back again.
Thank you. I remember when we were sorry, I'm not cutting you off. When we were planning our own, I was saying the same thing. Like, no, I'm getting married only once in my life. So everything that we are investing is worth it. I remember before then I was complaining, baby, this is a lot. No, this is not necessary. This is too much. But then later on, I'm like, I'm thankful we did it the way we did it. Why? Because like, I'm never going to experience this day again in my life until I die.
Yeah, at a point, I had to go really extreme because I knew that, this is going beyond my budget. But and we were at a point that the dollar was still rising at the time.
Oh yeah.
When we started, it took us a year to plan the wedding. I mean, we talked about it over the period, but it took us a complete 12 months to plan the wedding. We started August, we did it in August. So we just calculated the step. And then at the time we started, dollar was a dollar to CD was 4 CDs and change. And it started 5, 6. So by the time we went, everything was like 9 and 10. Like it was getting more than double what we budgeted. So most of the stuff we're getting out of hands, like the hotel, guest house, venue, transportation, like those little stuff that doesn't actually were costing. Yeah. At a point, we made a mistake by choosing a caterer for probably within 3 months to their wedding, because they wanted us to, because of the dollar fluctuation, they were not sure if they can take even an order more than 3 months ahead, because it was dangerous. Yeah, dangerous that they should accept order in that time. So however, we got a vendor who actually helped us out, and then we chose the vendor, and over the period we decided to change again. So a plate of a meal was like 40 or 35 Ghana cedis, and then
3 months later or some weeks later,
something, huh? It was 75. And this shows you how dangerous and serious the dollar was rising and fluctuating. Yeah. So finally we got something moderate, and it was beautiful. The food vendors, the decoration vendors were on point. The only thing that actually failed us, I wouldn't say failed, but didn't meet up our standard, was the backdrop and the dance floor printing of the stuff. But above all, our inspiration and everything was met. We did meet whatever we wanted to. And then our budget was within range. Like, despite the inflations, we were still at a good point after our wedding. Yeah. I know somebody wanted to know how much we spent on our wedding. We are not talking about that in any of our videos. It was something in our budget. We can send you,
and it's something that you were able to
in your DM or as a private message. Yeah, we will include our Instagram page down there. You can DM us, and then we will tell you, but not in any video. We could DM you in your Instagram. All right.
Another thing you said is plan your wedding, guys, ahead of time. Guys, as you said, there is nothing like a small wedding where you'll be like, oh, I'm okay, unless you're doing a court wedding. When you go to do a court wedding, you just have to go and sign the papers and that is it. You go home.
Go home.
But when you want to have a party, as in wedding and party, there is nothing like a
where
small
you are inviting people.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna be something small.
It's not gonna work. Don't think that's. I guess some of you has had a birthday party before. You know the stress that comes with a party. A wedding is worse than that one. So you can imagine, if you don't plan ahead of time, guys, the stress, you cannot take it. Yeah. Plan ahead of time, as early as possible. When you and your fiancé, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever it is, planning to get married, the moment you talk about it, just start planning.
Start planning.
Start planning, start searching for the... Exactly. Everything.
Yeah.
And when you do it, you can get your wedding the way you want it. It will be what I ordered versus what I got, and not what I ordered versus what is this, you know.
Yeah.
And
then
you'll be happy.
Finally, for me, I don't know about Barbie, what she wants to add. Finally, there are a lot of beautiful stuff coming up. Each and every day they invent something new, something beautiful. So if you set your eyes on this very style of cloth or kente or whatever fabric, try to stick to it. And then if you want to style it in your own way, focus on that. Because right after a wedding, or even before a wedding, there were a lot of new styles, new clothes, new fabrics, but you will see them and you'll be like, oh, we should have chosen this one. Oh, we should have changed to this one. Why don't we take this one instead of that? And you end up buying the unnecessary stuff or keeping the unnecessary stuff. Like, just make sure you stay focused on what you really want. Like, don't change. If you want to change, it should be like
something not extreme,
a recreation of the inspiration. But instead of buying, let's say, the original kente is here, you got it, and then you see, oh, they rebranded the kente with GTP or something, and it's now like this. Or can we go in for that? Before you realize, you'll be spending unnecessarily, like even the little bit of transportation or transfer fees that will come extra, like it all adds up. So be very, very careful and know what you want, and just set that target and go after it. On our day, whatever we wanted to have, like I said, we had it. I spent extra without her knowledge because of the guest items I brought. Apart from that, everything I spent, she was aware of it. So for that, up to now, she don't know how much I spent on that. And then that's it. Everything else she spent on the wedding, everything else I spent on the wedding, she's aware, I'm aware. Like, so also make sure the two of you keeps finances opened.
Really
money matters as far as we are planning the wedding is concerned. Make sure you keep
and after the wedding too.
And after the wedding, I mean,
money matters.
That is it. That is what we have to say.
Exactly.
Any questions or anything that we did not talk about you want to know, comment down below, ask your questions. Our Instagram account too is in the video, like on the description there. Make sure you go there, DM us, and then we will chat on Instagram.
Reply all your messages.
So thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully our advice or opinions as far as planning a wedding will help you in there. Feel free, call us, text us, DM us, and then we'll connect you to the vendors who helped us out. We'll do another video talking about the vendors that we used, the ones that we will recommend you go back to them, and the ones that you don't have to go back. It's a no-go. Yeah, so that is it.
Thank you.
Choose.
Bye.
Adios.